Hi folks, look what appeared in the Dallas Morning News. This is it, kids. See, what happened here was, there's a group of islands called the Pinnacle Islands. It's between China and Japan. And both countries claim these islands as their own. Recently, the commies from China on a fishing boat landed on the islands illegally, and the Japanese arrested them and then sent them back to China. Well, in retaliation, or the alternative to that was, Japanese citizens, then they landed on the islands. First the Chinese, then the Japanese. Well, when the Japanese landed on the islands, well, of course the authorities got them off and sent them back to Japan. There were massive demonstrations all across the Middle Kingdom, Commie-land, China, protesting that the Japanese landed on their own islands. Never mind all that. But let's examine these protests. These were huge protests in major cities all across the eastern section of China. And in these demonstrations, the demonstrators were naturally demonstrated against Japan, but they were also smashing store windows of Japanese-oriented businesses. They even turned over Japanese vehicles. They were basically out of control with the police just watching passively. Now I have this question. If the same activity with the same velocity took place way over in Western China in Tibet, would the police have watched, or would the demonstrators been met with bullets as they have been in the past? East Turkestan in China, better known as Xinjiang, if the Uyghurs would have done the same thing. Historically in the past, the commie authorities did not just watch passively. Those people in East Turkestan were met with commie bullets. So now we have the same demonstrations basically, but with different people in China, and it's basically condoned by the authorities. Now, why would the authorities allow the people to protest against Japan, but when they protest in Tibet or East Turkestan, they're met with viciousness from the authorities? It's a very good reason. Because the commie government needs to deflect from its oppressive behavior. So they allow the populace to vent its anger and hate towards their favorite enemy, Japan. See? Because when they protest in Tibet and they protest in East Turkestan, they're protesting the commie authorities, so you get a bullet. When you protest all across China against their favorite enemy that they hate, Japan, no problem. Go ahead. Destroy store windows and turn over vehicles. See? That's what it's all about, kids. Alright. My suggestion is, in the future, you allow the government of Japan to handle the sovereignty issue with the commies in China. Because when you landed on that island, you provided the commies a vehicle to release some steam from the populace that normally would be directed at the government in Beijing, and it got redirected to Japan. That's what it did, kids. So basically you provided a safety net for the commie thug government. See? That's what they do, the commies. They exploit. Alright folks, we'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.